See if my connection's good. We're live. Woo! We are live. Be sure to say hello if you're here. We got 2 likes already. Woohoo! And if you're on here, I think we've got 1 person up here. Let me know that you're here and say hello. Woohoo! Let's do this thing. What's up, Chrissy? Hi, girl. Hi, Eric. How are you doing today? It's Friday here in the US, and I'm pumped. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day. Thanks, Chrissy. That's awesome. Yeah, thumbs up if you can. That'd be awesome. Woo woo! It's Friday. Like, can you tell I'm happy about it being Friday? Changed the scenery a little bit. We got more color today. I'm liking it. Hi, Freehandly. How's it going? Thanks for joining me. We'll wait a little bit before we really get going. And I'm going to post real quick a reminder on our small YouTube homesteader group. There we go. Cool. We are on there now. Ooh, I was going to ask everybody, Chrissy, you're getting way ahead of it. I see how you're doing. I'm getting up early in the morning, and I'm going to try and catch the sunrise with my new drone. So I'm pretty excited about that. That should be fun. Woohoo! Ooh, that's awesome. Sleeping in is always fun. Always look forward to it, except tomorrow I won't get to do that. So, because I want to fly my drone. So it's more for fun. But usually Saturdays and Sundays I sleep in a little bit. And then Sunday, I'll sleep in just a bit, but I'm planning on making some biscuits and gravy from scratch on Sunday. Woohoo! I get it. Freehandly, what's your name, if you don't mind me asking? I like to get to know people and like be able to refer to them as their name, like from their names. So if you wouldn't mind sharing that, that'd be awesome. So I have a DJI Mavic Air 2. And I also got the Fly More combo with it, with the smart controller. It's really, really awesome. I am too, Chrissy, but I think if I keep asking and the more that I see their names associated with their channels, I'll remember. How do you pronounce that? Is it Nisi? Nice? I could be totally off too. But I think like the more familiar I get with some of the channel names with their actual names, the better I'll do about remembering their names. I don't know why your emoji's a dude. Are you confused? I don't know. That's too funny. Nisi. Okay, cool. That's a very cool name. That's definitely unique. Yeah, Chrissy, I noticed mine do that too. So they add the little emoji and then it adds like the gender, which you would think that like YouTube would figure out not to put a gender on there because, they're trying to be all woke and stuff. Don't assign genders. Let people do that themselves. I like that name. Where's it come from? That's a really cool name. Ah, okay. That's cool. That's a neat nickname. I don't have one because my name's too short. It's already short. They don't need to shorten it for anything. I'm just Emma. Just plain old Emma. So what are you guys going to be doing? Oh, it's Greek. That's so cool. Well, welcome. That is awesome. Okay, Chrissy, thanks. Ah, okay. That's cool. That's a neat little nickname. That's great. Well, I'm Hispanic. My parents are from Mexico, and so um, I'm first generation American, and super proud of them. Oh, thanks, Eric. I appreciate that. That's really sweet. Have you done any cooking videos lately, Eric? I haven't checked. I haven't went and or gone and checked your channel yet. So I know you like to cook, and so I'd love to see what you're cooking up. I love to cook as well, so would like to share more cooking videos here in the next year. I only did a few last year, but I think I'm going to start those back up. I have plans for one big cooking video that'll be kind of cool and special. But yeah, I remember you like to cook, and so I thought that would be cool to see what you're cooking up next. Yeah, I understand that. What grade are you in? I have kids, so I know schoolwork always gets in the way of stuff. But yeah. Hey, that's awesome. Congratulations. That's way cool, man. Are you here in the US or are you where are you? For some reason I was thinking you were not in the US. Ah, Trinidad. That's right. See, I was right. I knew you weren't in the US necessarily. Very cool. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for hanging out. It's kind of a slow start to the day, but I'm all good. I've had a couple of meetings already today. I'm actually at the office, so I like to do these lunchtime lives because I can catch people while they're just enjoying their lunch and taking a break through the day. Hey, Wholesome Roots, is this Rose? I love your channel, by the way. You are awesome. I think it was your photo shoot of Target dress. That was awesome. I showed my husband, and he got a good kick out of it. You know, I was really sad. I didn't learn about you, Rose, until after HOA in 2019. But I knew you were there, and I was like really upset at myself that I didn't get to meet you. So I got to meet a lot of the bigger channels that I'd actually met a few of them before, but I didn't get to meet you. So yeah, I was kind of sad about that. Oh, you totally should. Have you put them on TikTok? I know you have a pretty good little TikTok thing going. I think you and Morgan and Bill from Honest Open Permaculture have a really great little TikTok thing going. One of these days I'll figure it out. Like I've posted some stuff, but they just don't do very well. And so one of these days I'll figure it out. I've been trying to get my kids to help me with it, but they want nothing to do with it. So, but if you guys haven't checked out Wholesome Roots, go check them out. Rose has a really great channel. She's just fun, and I really, really enjoy her and her husband, like their dynamic. It's just really cool. Go check them out. Including it there. Yeah, I wanted to do that too, or do the goat class, but I don't have goats yet, and it'll be a while before we get to that point, so I didn't do it. But like right now, I'm just kind of absorbing everything I can about goats so that when we decide to get them, we do it right. So, so yeah, that's kind of where we are, or where I am with it. I think so. We're going to have our home and property paid off here probably in the next 8 years, and that's when I kind of plan to retire from my career. And I'd like to get goats at that time, get all the animals because I can be at home more for them. Oh, thanks, Denise or Nisi. I'm actually just using YouTube Studio. Their Go Live. I'm not fancy at all. Like I'm literally just using the tools within YouTube. Um, yeah, and then of course I'm at the office, so my internet connection's really good. And then I use a MacBook Pro, so they have good cams on them. Hey, girl, she back. Chrissy back. Mm. But yeah, not using anything fancy. The only I love my Mac, and I actually like to use YouTube to its the fullest of its tools that they have. They could obviously improve on some things, but I know other people use StreamYard and things like that. But I just don't want to bother with it, and I don't really care to go live on my phone. I actually like to have a big screen and be able to see the chat window really well, and I think the cam is better on my laptop than it is the front facing camera on my phone. So yeah, I don't like that. And I know someday like we'll hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, hopefully sooner than later. And so we'll be able to do some mobile stuff, but that's not necessarily my goal, to be able to use mobile for lives. I kind of like this setup. Maybe one day we'll do some, when we get to that point, I'll be able to do some lives in the workshop or out in the garden. That would be kind of cool. That's about the only place I can think that I would want to use a mobile device for that. But for now, no. Oh, that's a good goal. That's a good goal, Eric. I'm shooting for end of January to hit my 1,000 subs. So I get closer every day. I think I'm about 130 shy of it right now. So I'm sitting at about 870 subs. So I'm hoping to make that soon. Oh, you can't use it? Really? How come? That's interesting. You could check it out. If you go to that to your create button, it'll give you an option to go live. Does it not let you do that? It'll usually take you to the what's it called? The live control panel, I think is what it's called. You might have to. I wonder if you have to have like 100 subs or more. I know you're a fairly new channel, so I appreciate you coming in and hanging out. Okay, got you. That's probably what it is then. Oh, thanks, Chrissy. I hope so. I'm working on it. Yeah, Rose, you can't from your phone. You can't go live from your phone through YouTube if you don't have your 1,000 subscribers. So some people have been using a workaround and using StreamYard. If you have StreamYard, it's kind of its own standalone app, and it lets you go live through that. I know a lot of people that have done that before their 1,000 mark. But like I said, I don't really want to use that, and I don't want to use my phone. I have my laptop and want to have like the entire workspace to be able to communicate with you guys. So yeah, I like that much better. Ooh, yeah, my daughter has or had a Chromebook. She really liked it. And then we ended up upgrading her to a Mac. Yeah. He's 6, Chrissy. He's 6 years old and already has his own little channel, and he's like cooking and stuff. He's just putting us to shame. Little 6-year-old kicking our tails. He's awesome. That's so cool. I love that. My kids aren't motivated enough to do that. Woo, you'll be 7 before you know it. Oh, hola, ¿qué tal? You guys, this is my friend, my new friend. Go check out her channel. Well, I don't know if you guys would understand it. A lot of her content, actually, most of her content is in Spanish. She's one of my new friends. I found her on an MI Gardner, or came across her on an MI Gardner live, and I was like, wait a minute, her channel name's in Spanish. I got to go check her out. And then I found out that she is in Illinois, which is just a state over for me. And so I reached out to her because I want to improve my Spanish vocabulary in terms of like gardening, homesteading, farming, and such. And so she does all of her videos really in Spanish, and I love it. I love to follow her. She had a really good premiere yesterday, showing off some of her harvests, and it was awesome. I believe her name is Lupita. Can you correct me? I think that's right. But I'm not 100% sure. So go say hi to her. Go check out her channel. She's awesome. And also found out, which was even cooler, that she is from the same state in Mexico that my parents grew up in. So it was just kind of meant to be that I'd find her. She's so awesome. Go check her out. Well, she speaks English too, Chrissy. Oh, well, that's cool. That's funny. That's my video intros. Hola, amigos. Yeah. But yeah, go check out her channel. She's got she has an urban garden, and it's really cool to see the stuff that she's growing in there. It's pretty cool. I think she's supposed to be traveling through Missouri today, but not around us. So did you, Lupita, did you make it through the state already? Are you home? I know you were planning to be through here today. I didn't know if it was going to be earlier or later. I'd like to go visit and go check out her garden. Oh, you should, Rose. I think that's a really good way to do it. I think I like the learning from the kids' books. That's what I have my girls going through too. Because it kind of starts them off at a basic level, because that's what you are. It doesn't matter how old you are. When you're just starting a language, you're really at a basic level. So yeah, that's what they're doing. My oldest is actually taking Spanish in school. So. Well, that stinks, Chrissy. Yeah. The well, Issa's also, my oldest is also learning Korean, so there's that. Oh, okay, I gotcha. So later today. So will you be making it through Missouri like tonight, or maybe tomorrow? Yeah, well, if you want to learn gardening vocabulary, like Spanish garden vocabulary, go follow Lupita's channel, because I've been learning a lot in terms of like what different plants are called, different vegetables that I had no idea, I didn't know. Like I just got like a general description of them. My mom wasn't great at it too, and so because she didn't garden. So I've actually learned quite a bit from Lupita. So you guys should go check it out if you want to learn gardening Spanish vocabulary. It's really, really good. Hi, Patty. How are you doing? How's your day? How's the weather out there on the West Coast? I'm kind of jealous about, like, anytime I see you, Patty, and Adrian, and all of you guys out on the West, because it makes me miss the fresh seafood. And I love seafood. Oh, okay. You'll be driving through tonight. Gotcha. Yeah. I need to go and see how far 44 is from me. But yeah, I would love to meet you sometime, Lupita. Maybe we can meet up for coffee sometime somewhere. I actually have family in and around Chicago. So let me know how far you are from there, and because I want to go and see them as soon as things clear up and people aren't freaking out as much. I'd like to go visit my family over there. I might be able to work in a little visit with you. And you are always welcome to come by. I'll make you some carne asada. We can have some tacos. One of the things I'll be cooking this year, learning how to cook this year, is a cochinita pibil. I'd like to actually do it the traditional Mayan way and dig a pit and do it that way. So I think that would be really fun. I'm going to try and shoot that and share that on the channel, because I think that's such a cool tradition. Well, I'm hungry too. I guess I haven't had my lunch. I brought some leftovers, so I'll have that. But yeah. So how far are you from Chicago? I can't remember the little suburbs that my family lives in. I mean, they're kind of spread out all around Chicago. I was out there a couple of years ago. Oh, yeah, I love lobster. Lobster was so good. We went to Boston for some work trips, and oh my gosh, I could not get enough of lobster. Lobster's so good, but I prefer the lobster that comes from, and Lupita might know this, that comes from a little village in Baja called Puerto Nuevo. They make the best lobster. I've had some good lobster like out in Boston and stuff, but this stuff is better, I think. 30 minutes north. Okay, yeah. So then you're not too far. You're not too far from them then. Yeah. I will definitely have to do that. I have one of my cousins, we have more family out there, but I'm closer to one of my cousins, and she lives over there. That I think further north of Chicago. She works in Chicago, like the city. Yes, Puerto Nuevo. It's so good. If you guys ever go to Baja, you guys got to check out Puerto Nuevo. Well, I don't know if it's safe anymore. My parents kind of stopped going down there. Yeah. I speaking of food, I actually made uh what I call American tacos for dinner last night. And if you know me, you know what American tacos are. And so that's what I have for lunch today, some leftovers. Oh, Chrissy, you know where Baja is. It's Baja California, where Tijuana is at the northernmost tip, and then you've got Cabo down in the south. Eric, yeah, she was so cute playing with that toilet paper. She cracked me up. It was stuck on her face. I'm just glad I got video of it because she was just silly. No, not all of Baja is tropical. Mm-mm. I think the further south you go in Baja, it's more tropical. But like the sections or the areas that are closer to the US border are more like desert. Oh, bye, Nisi. Thanks so much for hanging out. Really appreciate you. I'll have to go check out your channel. What are you at right now? You said you're at 70 something subs. We'll have to go check you out. Yeah. She's at 79 subs. Wow. You guys should go. Oh, there she goes. She's at 80 now. Woohoo! Yay. You guys are awesome. Yeah, northern is more arid. You're correct. Oh, well, I appreciate you, Lupita, hanging out while you're doing that. It stinks to be loading the car and stuff. Well, you're at 80 now, Nisi, so there you go. I'd like to think that I helped you with that, but yes. It was nice to see you too, Lupita. Well, I guess I haven't. It was nice for you to come and hang out. I really appreciate that. But yeah, go check out her channel, guys, if you haven't. Sembremos vida huerto urbano orgánico. She is awesome. I'm actually learning a lot from her. Ooh, Patty, I'm gonna have to go check her out. I just subbed, so I'm gonna have to go and look up what you're doing, because that's awesome. Are you before you head out, are you in the small YouTube homesteaders group? Because if you're not, you should go join. You really should. Oh, you're welcome, Rose. Thanks so much for hanging out, and have a good time with your boys. I enjoy that time with family. We're doing a lot of that right now because I've got a kid getting ready to go to college. And so I'm soaking up as much time as I can with her. So thanks so much. You're awesome, Rose. Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? The mountains. Ugh. I don't think you said where you are in the in your about description. Yeah, it doesn't show where you are. It just has beautiful mountains. Ugh. Yeah, Chrissy, she is awesome. Yeah, see, if you sub, definitely go watch people's content, because yeah, they do get dropped. It is frustrating. I was up to 880 subscribers at one point a couple days ago, and now I'm back down to 870. So it's just one of those things you just kind of I keep track of, but I try not to get too distracted by it. So I just focus on making sure that I'm creating content regularly, and engaging with people on lives and stuff, so they get to know you a little bit more and maybe get a little bit more invested in you and what you're doing. So I think that's the most important thing. Yeah, Chrissy, they do. And I do. My goal is to get monetized at some point, but I really work hard at not obsessing over the numbers so much. I do look at analytics and like drop off rates and, retention rates and things like that, but only to use it as a guide to making better videos. And so right now that I'm so close to 1,000, I think I'm checking my subscription counts more than I usually do, because I'm about to hit a milestone. And so most of the time I really don't follow it. When I was at like 700, I really didn't follow it, and especially not at 600. And so, so right now we're kind of like in the countdown to 1,000 mode. And so that's one of the reasons I've been checking more. But aside from that, I really don't stare at the numbers and don't check it every 5 minutes. I know people that do that. I did, Chrissy. I'm just working, doing a lot of networking, pushing out content. And so like Eric, one of the things I'm doing when I talk about networking is going to people's lives like you are right now and interacting with them and engaging, and showing your personality, because people want to see that. They want to see if you have a sense of humor, whether you're likable, because if you're not, they're not going to, they're just not going to vibe with you. And so that's what you want. You want people to really, really like you, and want to follow what you're doing. So. Oh, thanks, Chrissy. I appreciate that. I work really hard at and making good videos that people will want to watch. So yeah. Yeah, Patty, I know that that's an option, and I know that you've talked about that before, and that's fine. There is nothing wrong with that. I think if you don't want to do that and deal with that hassle, then you shouldn't. But I'm doing this as with hopes to get monetized at some point. But I'm enjoying the process right now, and learning the analytics on the back end, and learning how to create good content. So I watch a lot of stuff. I watch a lot of channels that aren't homesteading or DIY related. I watch a lot of stuff on cooking. I watch photography stuff. stuff on how to, help grow your channel, but even just random stuff. And Christy will tell you, like, I watch a lot of like K-pop stuff with my daughters, and I'm really impressed with a lot of the editing and transitions that they do in their videos. So that's kind of cool, like things that I want to try, but I also like understand the process a little bit more, so you can appreciate it more. But yeah. Yeah, and it's not everyone's goal. I think that's something that we need to all understand, is that we're not all in this for the same reason. When I first kind of started out, I wanted to document my journey so that my daughters had something to look back on, and kind of see where we started, and just for my Matt and I to be able to go back and look at, what our homestead looked like, however many years ago, and what it looks like now, just to kind of track our progress and be able to say, yeah, we did a lot here. Patty, if I ever get to, and that's the goal, I think one of my goals for getting monetized is so that I can hire someone to do the administrative work. And that's the part that I hate. I actually love to edit and I love to shoot. And so that's one of the things that I find the most enjoyable about doing this. But the other stuff, like the planning and the scripts and all that stuff, I don't find that as enjoyable. But I do it, and I try to be as creative as I can with it. But yeah. Oh, Eric. Yeah, that's the crappy thing about, where we are these days, and people not going out as much. I think that gives us a lot of opportunities though to create content. And especially for you, you're wanting to do more cooking. And then because you're younger, it's a little bit more engaging. People are interested in that. So I think that's really cool. You should keep it up. Watch some other cooking channels and look at how they're doing stuff, and watch some other stuff too that that's enjoyable to you, and see what kind of things you can incorporate into your process and your shooting and editing, because that really helps. Hey, how's it going? Is it Kim? Is that right? Dreaming Fields. I actually use Premiere Pro. I have access to it through work, and so I was asking a friend of mine who does video editing, and he basically just said, if you have Premiere Pro, use that and start learning that. Because I had also had access to iMovie, and I could also, get some other free stuff. But he said that he actually recommended that if I had access to it, to just start learning Premiere Pro. Anything after that, if you end up changing something else, if you have a good understanding of Premiere Pro, you'll be able to transition really well to other software. And so right now I haven't had to do that. So yeah, so I use Premiere Pro and I really, really like it. And I'm not even using it to its fullest capabilities, but obviously that's limited by my capabilities. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can. Yeah, I did too, Chrissy. Yep. I also follow them. They look like they have a cool channel. Kimberly. Oh, that's such a pretty name. I have a cousin named Kimberly, and she is the sweetest thing. See, I heard a lot about. I heard iMovie's pretty good. I know that some of the big, even really big channels use iMovie, and if you can use that for what you're doing, then use it. It's free. Why not? I don't necessarily think you should be spending all sorts of money if you can do a good job with what you have. Chrissy. I don't judge, girl. I don't judge. iMovie is a really good tool. I recommend it if you have access to it. I mean, even Jess from Roots and Refuge, that's what she uses, iMovie. So if she can do it, it's good. I mean, if it's good enough for her, it's good enough for you and me. Yeah, I think so too, Patty. I think it is personal, but it also depends on what kind of videos you're doing. Like, for Jess, she's doing more vlogging type videos. So she doesn't have to do a lot of like crazy transitions or, things with music. And so it works with her. It works for her content. And so if you're doing something similar, then iMovie is going to work for you too. So, oh, Eric, have a good day, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. Get that schoolwork done, man. And get some cooking videos out. I want to see them. Yeah, and it all depends, Kimberly, like the more videos you do, the more you kind of fine tune what kind of stuff you want to put out. And so you understand a little bit more about, what kind of editing you're going to want to do. And that's going to determine what kind of software you're going to want to use. So like I said, if you're doing more vlog style stuff where you're not really incorporating a lot of crazy transitions and music, then iMovie is a good tool. I know a lot of other people use Filmora. My friend Don over at Little Mountain Life, he uses Filmora and he loves it, and he shoots with his phone. So you don't have to go spend all sorts of money. You can start where you are, use a phone, use iMovie, or use like free versions of Filmora to get going. You don't need to spend a whole lot of money on it. I started out with my phone. This right here. This is what I started out with right here. And I think I was 4 months in on my channel shooting with a phone, and that worked just fine. And then my husband, Matt, he kind of saw that I was serious about this whole thing. And so he bought me like a full like camera kit and everything. And that was the coolest gift, not going to lie. And so I use that now, but I use my phone as a backup for when it rains or whatever. If I have to shoot something outside that I don't want my camera to get damaged, I'll use my phone. Oh, cool. Yeah. See, sense of humor is a big thing. You want to keep people entertained. I like it. So I started including bloopers at the end of my videos because I noticed people really like them, and people are commenting about them. So that means that they're actually watching to the end. And so I use them in my end screens. And so if you want to see like me totally botching my script or what I want to say, or like if I don't do something right in my DIY videos, it's on my end screen. And so you'll see that there. I use Kimberly, I use T7i. It's a Canon. And it came with it's a Canon video creator kit. And so it's specifically for, like, the kit was specifically put together by Canon for vloggers. And so I did quite a bit of research and found this camera in particular. And so my husband was like, so what camera was that? And so that's what he bought me. And it's a really, really great tool. And it's got all the stuff you'll need to, create videos for YouTube. So yeah, if you guys want to go check it out, it's really, really cool. I'll try and get the link here for you guys so you can check it out. It's the other reason I like to use my laptop, so I can quickly find links. So that's what I'm using. I'm going to start including that in my links and my videos from now on because I've had a few people ask. I really like that. I also, for Prime Day, I picked up a DJI Osmo Action, which is going to be my new crazy weather camera. So I'm going to be using that instead of my phone, because I don't want to use my phone when I'm out shooting anymore. So the little Osmo is a lot like a GoPro. It's actually pretty much like a GoPro, just doesn't come with the bigger price tag. So I think the Osmo Actions are around $200. So my husband actually bought a couple of those for his new channel because he's starting a channel. So he was able to buy 2 Osmo Actions for the price of 1 GoPro. So I thought that was a really great deal. What time have we got? We got 41. So we've been on here almost 40 minutes. Cool. Yeah, I'll need to hop off at some point to go get my lunch. You guys are awesome. I hope that helps, Kimberly. I do like the GoPros. I've seen a lot of good stuff put out with those. Always was curious about them, but then I heard about the Osmo action, and so I kind of went that route instead. I only have one of those. I'm kind of jealous. My husband's got two, but I have a drone, and he doesn't. But I'm going to be I'm actually spending the weekend learning how to fly the drone so I can get some really good footage. I wanted to get up there and kind of get a good idea of what the vantage points are with the cameras so I can start planning out shots with it. Sorry, it bounces around every time I hit the desk. Chrissy. Yeah, it is kind of a fancy little setup, isn't it? And for the price too, of course they have it, it's not available right now, but I think it was around $600, which is not bad for everything that you get. You've got a camera with I think it's a 25 millimeter lens plus a Rode mic. $600 is not bad for all of that. So it's actually a really great deal. And the other reason that it was recommended as a vlogging camera is because it's also lighter than some of the other Canons and other like fancier DSLRs. You know, when you're hauling stuff around, especially when you're homesteading, building things, like you don't want to be lugging around some heavy camera, which is the advantage of like the GoPros and the Osmo Actions. Those are like really light and small. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you know, I haven't messed around with the Osmo Action as much because we haven't really had like a really harsh winter. I was expecting it to be a lot snowier and icy, but we really haven't had much bad weather. And so that's what I was going to use the Osmo for. So I have no idea what the battery life is on it yet, and especially in the cold, because the cold weather will drain the battery quite a bit. So, but yeah, and then storage, well, it all depends on what your SD card can hold. I think we have some micro SDs that are 256, which is really good. I think I'm going to steal some from my husband for the drone so I can get more recording time. Yeah. So Patty, I had to so one of the things that sounded appealing was to get a little, it's a DJI Mavic Mini. And so it's like this little tiny drone that shoots really, really great footage. But I was told that it would not be good for our area because it would not be able to handle wind, because we also get quite a bit of wind here. And so, so there were drones specifically that I had to look at that could handle 30, 40 mile per hour gusts, because we get those pretty regularly. And so the one that I got the DJI Mavic Air 2. And that thing, I flew it yesterday and we had gusts at like 10, 15 miles per hour, which isn't too bad. And it flew just fine. Flew really great, actually. So, so yeah, that it's definitely one that you could look at for windier areas. I actually talked to Dawn at Little Mountain Life about it, and then my friend here at work, who's a drone pilot. He's actually a licensed drone pilot, and he recommended that one too, for that reason, actually. And the crazy thing is that it's not very big, the drone itself. So I was really surprised, but it's really, really cool. Hey, Crazed Family Homestead, thanks for coming and hanging out. Can you tell me your name? I'm trying to get everybody's name. So we got Kimberly, we've got Patty, we've got Chrissy, we've got some great people in here right now. And then Eric just left, and Nisi left earlier. So we had some great people in here. Trying to get to know everybody. Amy, okay. Well, thanks for joining me, Amy. I hope you're having a good Friday. We're only going to be on here for a few more minutes. I've got to go get lunch. But yeah, we've been talking about drones. We've talked about lobster. What else do we talk about? We've talked about a lot of fun stuff. It is Friday, Chrissy. I'm so excited. I think tonight we're going to finish. Tonight we're going to finally finish our Marvel marathon. So we're going to be watching Endgame tonight and kind of putting that marathon to a close. Oh, it does add up fast, Patty. The only reason that we were able to get some of those things is uh, we save up for everything. We actually follow the Dave Ramsey plan, so we buy everything with cash. And then I work for a really great company, and I actually got a really nice bonus this past Christmas, and so I was able to use that to buy my drone. And so after all expenses and everything, so yeah. So we've just been really blessed. Something that I actually was thinking about saving up for through the year and maybe buying at the end of the year, but that little nice added bonus helped us kind of speed that up. And my husband was like, "Hey, why don't you use that to get your drone? You've been wanting a drone for a while. Just go buy it." Yeah, those weird emojis. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, I noticed that like a couple weeks, and it's just started doing that. It wasn't doing that. It hasn't been doing that for very long. I think I just noticed it here in the last couple weeks that it started adding those weird icons or emojis. Oh, I will, Chrissy, as soon as I might add like if I get like a really good shot of the sunrise tomorrow, I'll be sure to post it on my Instagram or on my Facebook, because we have some really pretty sunrises and sunsets here. You should, Chrissy. That is just so weird. Because yeah, it's only been doing it the last couple weeks. It hasn't done it before. All of a sudden, like we're getting like emojis with genders. So weird. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and head out. I'm getting really hungry. So I'm going to go get my lunch and then just kind of try and get some work done today. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging out. Really appreciate your support. Be sure to like the stream if you haven't done it already. And I guess we'll catch you next Friday at noon. We'll be back here. Thanks, Amy. Kimberly, Chrissy, Patty, all of you wonderful folks. Thanks so much again. Adios.